take motherfucking 6. I was in the shower, and it crossed my mind that somebody will know something about you, and they'll send shit, talk shit, if y'all get into a beef on Facebook. Or B, a motherfucker won't know shit about you, but they crash out, not knowing that you know something about them legitimately. They just crash out. And then C, the rare circumstance, y'all know everything. Y'all know like information about each other, but one of y'all knows somebody's secret. And that leads me to my main point, which is knowledge is power and power corrupts. So therefore, knowledge corrupts, right? Because knowledge plus corruption equals you don't have a vigilante, but you have someone with resources, someone with networks, someone with plugs, information. So they see the corruption. So y'all got to take it up there, punching out the bubble of the matrix. Y'all got to take it to the fourth and fifth, sixth dimension, galactic, judgment and shit like that, right? Or it could go the other way. Somebody has knowledge and they see a corrupted system and they're exploiting that system, as in, I'm going to tell your secret if you don't do as I say. And that's when you get knowledge corrupts. You say power corrupts. Knowledge corrupts. Knowledge corrupts itself. Power is the conduit for knowledge. Knowledge acts through power. Knowledge has the courage through power. Now, power plus corruption alone, it's like even Steven. It's like you have a friend that's corrupted, but you're going to sweep it under the rug because it's just a little white lie, or because it isn't affecting you none, because you have power, you got a management position, right? And that's how you know that knowledge corrupts, because you got this knowledge of a title when you get the management position. Even if you're just making 1 cent more than, your best friend. Y'all working the same job type shit. So it's like corruption and power are like I said, even Steven. And if something happens to your friend, you're going to be like, damn, it's because he was corrupt. Or if something happens to the other person's friends, like, that man was talking all that shit about being a manager and shit like that. But, on the other side, power, when it's on a higher octave, when a piece of knowledge is involved, right? As knowledge increases before it gets to full-blown knowledge and is corrupted, before it separates from, like, needing to be courageous to being, like, a coward, like a know-it-all type shit, right? Or that just uses words, or that is, like, you just know what I'm saying, right? So, power with a little bit of knowledge becomes like a vigilante. It has the resources, a little bit of resources where it's like, okay, I can move some shit around. I can get some gadgets. I can, move around my schedule and become a vigilante against the corrupt system. So let me know in the comments what y'all think about that. You know what I'm saying? What y'all comments, knowledge plus power equals corruption. Let me make sure I got all those. Knowledge and corruption, yes. Power and corruption, yes. Knowledge plus power. That's the genuine equation. It equals corruption. But is there anything outside of corruption that could equate to? Without corruption, it's like it kind of can still go to corruption based on how you see it, like a vigilante without a bigger ideal, or a bigger picture, or a bigger so on and so forth, aimlessly, right? Aimlessly. So it's not really corrupted. It's more like you knew what come with the game. It's corrupted depending on how you look at corruption too, because it could be corrupted because it could be like, I never said I was a good guy. So is it really corrupted? It was just, if it was good and it benefited him, he did it, or they did it. If it was bad and it benefited them, they did it. If by chance it was good for a community, they did it. A community for them to live in and be safe in, they did it. If it's good for a criminal organization to protect them and so on and so forth, or protect their loved ones, they did it. Depends how you look at it like that, from that standpoint. a little bit of power with more knowledge that takes the power, plants the seed in knowledge. Even though knowledge is power, the seed implanted in knowledge, the self generation, is the power indeed that generates more power, that grows, waters. Yeah. So that's just what I was thinking about. Cause I was thinking about when that person has that fucking that drop when they're in that bag for someone else on Facebook. That's knowledge plus power equals corruption. Knowledge, the information, power to talk through a screen, corruption, corrupting the intent of the internet, the intent of the social networking, the intent of whoever else was scrolling that day, the intent of them to be having another higher calling, but they like your video, they comment on your video, they share your video, they favorite your video, they share it to someone, they share it to someone, and before it was even what may have been just a slight, they'll say that I'm gonna pull this out on you. Don't act like that when you know whole time behind closed doors. Then it goes to, if you don't do this, I'm a expose your ass. You know what I'm saying? All kinds of telephone game through social media. So let me know what y'all think. That was just my little tidbit. You know what I'm saying? I'm thinking into some shit. Nigga, I was watching Sinners. I just came out from watching Sinners. Great. Anybody knows anything about throwing bones and the divine feminine? Well, as far as what grid? Because I got this 10 steel can. That's intense. That's like Mars and Jupiter energy. And then I got the trinkets that's just been sitting in there. I just gave them, meanings and reasons and the directions and stuff. But what grid do y'all be using for anyone that casts bones, I mean?